Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode, we went and dug out this tunnel leading back to our main nether hub from our islands, and as you can see, we still have quite a ways to go. So we've just kept digging here until we pretty much ran out of materials. We do have a little bit more copper, but our pickaxe durability is not great. See that our fortune one here is not doing all that great. Our silk touch pick is not that much better. And so our tunnel only goes up to about -50 right now. Also, we kind of mostly filled up our inventory with stuff as we were going through. So really kind of couldn't keep going with mining out here. But today, I think that what we need to do is we need to get a better source of repairing our tools here. So we do have the trowel spawner so far, and that does really well. It just takes a very long time to repair anything. So what I want to do is I want to explore that mine shaft that we found on our second island there to see if we have a spawner. We should. I have yet to see a mine shaft that does not connect to a regular spawner. And even if all we have is a cave spider spawner, that'll be great. So we're going to head on back to base and gather up a few torches and see what we have down in that mine shaft. All right, so I've got 4 stacks of torches. That's not enough to light this area up. Then we'll have to make do with what we've got. It is a fairly large cave though, so hopefully we don't come into too many things. And we just got to make our way down to that little mine shaft down there. Looks like we got, this is going to be a really big cave. Okay, this is not going to be fun to light up, but we'll have to make do with what we can do. Hopefully we don't get too many skeletons. With smite on our stuff, we should be okay. Ideally, I'd like to find a skeleton spawner down in the mine shaft, but if what we find is zombies and spiders, that should be fine. And at this point, I'll even take a cave spider spawner, even though those can be a bit of a pain to mess with. But I think we've got enough of this area up here lit up that if we need to get out of here, we can and not have to worry about being shot out of the water column by skeletons. So let's take a look at what we've got around here. This looks like it might be a dead end. We've got some lava going that way. It's nice. That'll give us some light down there. So we got some little mine carts there. See what those have in them. That might actually get us glowberries. I don't think we have any of those. So we'll be able to get some of those. We'll be able to start growing some of those up. And nope, diamonds and more torches. Oh, and beetroot. I don't know. I think we do have beetroot. Name tags will be nice. Some rails will be nice. Just free rails. And so far, nothing amazing that I'm seeing. You have the other one. 3 minecarts. Not bad. We'll definitely have to come down here and get some of the resources out at some point. Again, for right now, I just want to explore this place and see if we have a spawner. Because, again, I don't think I've seen a mine shaft that doesn't have a spawner in it. So if we keep wandering through here, we should eventually find one. And who knows, we may find some other structures too. That'll be very useful. And that looks to be like that's the center room right there. Excellent. Let's see, that's kind of cut off there. Going down these tunnels here. Again, even if it's just a cave spider spawner, that'll help a lot compared to the trowel spawners. Because again, these will keep going. Got lots of detector rails here and pumpkin seeds. If we can get a multi-cave spider spawner, that'd be even better. But I don't think we're going to get one of those. And besides, that might actually end up being more work than we'd get out of it. I have done a multi-cave spider spawner before. They're not fun. So far, I haven't really heard much of anything in the area. So, oh, that looks like that. That's a cave spider spawner. Okay. So we have a spawner if we need it. We've got a creeper there. So that gets us a spawner if we need it. Again, I want to find something preferably besides a cave spider spawner, since they can be difficult to work with. But if that's all we have, at the very least, we have that. But let's keep going and see what else we can find. Again, if we can find something else, I'd like that a little bit better. Looks like there might be another one down there, unless that's the same one we saw before. Don't think so, though. But that is another cave spider spawn. I don't think they're close enough. May have to take a look and see. But that is another one there. Let's go ahead and light that up so that doesn't spawn anything else. So we have a couple of cave spider spawners that we found. We found a cave spider. So we have a couple options here now, which is pretty good. Looks like we got more mine carts, which are giving us some pretty decent loot. And that's our other cave spider spawn. So maybe those are actually close enough. I don't know. I have to do some math. Might have to dig this area out. See where that leads. But we do have spawners, which is good. And I'm going to keep poking around in here, see what else we can find. Again, there should be a spawner room somewhere attached to the mineshaft. I don't think I've ever seen a mineshaft generate. It doesn't have at least one spawner room somewhere attached to it. So I'm going to go poke around, see if I can't find that, since that will likely not be cave spider spawners. And might be a little bit easier to deal with. We have a zombie with some armor there. So, might have something. Oh, we have got a skeleton somewhere. It looks like it's not down, must be up. And we may have found it. Okay, we've got a skeleton up there. We're gonna have to dig up to there just to double check what spawner that is. I'm pretty sure it's a skelly spawner, but that skelly could have wandered in from another entrance over there. All right, we've broken in. We've got another skeleton up there, and it looks like it is a skelly spawner. Perfect. This is going to be super useful. Let's see what else. It looks like that cave goes on. We should probably make sure that's all lit up before we do too much work, but we have a skelly spawner. So, can't wait to turn that into a spawner. Give us the most experience we could get from one of these, since I believe skeletons give the most experience. We now have a good source of bones. Oh, it's actually a double. It's a double. Okay. Don't know what this one is. It looks like it's spiders? Spiders. Okay. Not best, but it's a double spawner. I'm not complaining too much. All right. We've got some digging to do. We've got some marking out here, and got a little bit of work. Okay. Well, double spawner. That'll repair our tools quickly. All right, so a little bit of work later, and we now have the area dug out for the skelly spawner. I believe this should work. We need a slab on top of there, otherwise it's going to potentially spawn stuff on top of the spawner. But all in all, this is doing quite well. I do want to eventually get a proper on-off switch for this thing. So we'll need to get a light source that we can toggle on and off. So either a redstone light, or actually I'm thinking copper lamp might be better. Then we can just put in a button somewhere on the wall in our little AFK area. Press that, toggle it on, and go from there. But first, we need to make sure that this works. So let's take that out. And I appear to have forgotten our deep slate tiles. We'll just use a little bit of stone for now. We have to go in there at some point anyway to finish the decoration inside there. But if we run along here, we'll eventually hit the other entrance into that area. Apparently there is a natural cave that goes through here that goes up to our little AFK point. And hopefully we haven't left too much light in there that it doesn't spawn skeletons. It's hard to tell. We might have. Can't see any light sources, but be low enough light levels in that room that it should start spawning. Don't know why it's not. Could be maybe light coming in from our trident killer down below. Shouldn't be affecting the spawner. I don't know. We'll have to do some work on that, but it should, in theory, be fully functional now. Now, you may notice that we haven't really done anything with the spider spawner, and that's mostly because, again, as you can see, our tools are almost completely broken. So we'll have to work on that later. And also, spider spawners are a bit of a pain to work on anyway, so I didn't particularly want to mess with this one just yet. Yeah, we definitely will, because this is a double spawner, but trying to get that set up right now might be a little difficult. But all all in all, I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. I think I may have found our light source. There it is. There we go. Okay, looks like we got skeletons going in. Let's go ahead and turn on the trident killer here. And that should work. We don't have a collection system just yet, so we'll have to go ahead and get some hoppers in there, or hopper minecarts underneath there. Pull stuff out. But I believe we should be able to... I don't think there's another layer below this of mineshaft. Probably not. But we should be able to put some hoppers and chests down into the caves below here. So we'll be able to put in a nice storage system down there. We will need a better way up and down here, because this is a very narrow space up to this area. But we do have a drop chute all the way down from the surface, and a bubble elevator to take us back up. So everything should be fully functional. And we should just be able to just sit here and collect up our stuff. But again, we're going to need a collection system for this. So I'm going to maybe try and find some iron and get a little bit more of that. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. This section of caves here is a maze. So we're definitely going to have to go and explore here and eventually dig out more of this area. Just so we can see what's here, honestly. Because again, there's some nice spaces. As you saw, there's some polished basalt in that chamber. And that's because we ended up finding a geode right around the corner from where those spawners are. And I would love to use, I think it's polished basalt in there. But this works a little bit better because then we don't have to go and build a basalt farm. And I don't think I have any blue ice anyway. But again, we've got a lot of stuff in this area that we can work with and play around with. And again, these caves are huge. But I'm quite happy with how all this is turning out. Again, just need to find a little bit of iron here to go ahead and get the last little bits that we're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and get at least a rudimentary storage set up so we don't lose our bones, because that's going to be amazing for working out here, is just having a steady source of bones that we can use. But man, going to take a little bit more iron than what we have out here, and then I'll be back. All right, so a little bit of waiting around here, and we have fully repaired both of our pickaxes. I'm working on my fortune hoe and diamond sword, but this has been working really, really well. Our little kind of impromptu storage system is starting to back up though, and we definitely need a better way of getting down to here. We did go ahead and decorate up a path up to our little welcome/AFK area here, which we're going to have to figure out a way to pipe all of our experience up to here, probably. But I'm quite happy with how this is working. We've got way too many bows we are never going to need, but we are starting to get a decent amount of bones in here, and it is working quite well as an experience source. We just have to kind of stand a little close to the trident killer to collect everything up right now. But all in all, I'm quite happy with how this is working. If we want to go into our mine shaft, we have this tunnel here. This is actually nice and open, but I want to kind of dig this out here to make it into our tunnel going down into our storage system, which will eventually have an actual auto sorting system in there, and then continue on into this part of the cave here so we can go and reach that geode if we need to. But I think for now that is probably going to be just about it for today. I still need to go and deal with the spider spawner. So we've kind of been just working on the wall here and loading that up. This is probably going to be the harder of the two to decorate, since I'm going to have to get everything decorated before we do that, and I don't know why there's a drown here. Looks like we might have some water caves and stuff back there that we're going to need to light up. But for now, I think that is probably going to be just about it for today. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on these islands and in the rest of this world. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.